taking on the Tennessee Titans. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now Hall to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Off play action. McBride. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Operating from the gun. McBride going to look deep for Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
It's early, but a natural cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Lawrence to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Lawrence will throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Titans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. They took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive is 6 on the scoreboard.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit, or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Back to throw. McBride. And his pass incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Titan defense. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. McBride. Caught by Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, McBride. This pass out wide to Hall. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Titans, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Back to throw again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 33. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Second and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response. Come on, 38.
On first and 10, it's Hall. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Here's 2nd and 3. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So he stopped for no gain. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. McBride. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a 1st down. Ready up.
Throw right side, Wilson. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But when the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Lawrence. He's got right on the short throw. And he will have a Titans first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. The Titans had a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Oh, felt like that move deserved more than he got there. A gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On 2nd down, here's Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed, as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Nifty footwork at the 45. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 33. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So it looks like they started some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Along the sideline, finding Andrews for the completion. And it's a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. 33 yards. And the Titans have taken the lead. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast. But a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. But partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now they'll change things up. To throw on 2nd down. McBride looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Throwing left side, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That puts them in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. Here's a give up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he stopped immediately there. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now a handoff for the middle. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
His kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. McBride. This one deep for Wilson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards in the pocket, but that's all they needed to move the sticks. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
With a fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Lawrence to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 42. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, Lawrence. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
I got him.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. With it is Brown. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing on 1st down, McBride. And his throw here is incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again, McBride.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Kenneth Farley. And the Titans are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Take right open.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd down and 6.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
On 2nd down, Lawrence.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 27 yards.
And the Titans take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Off the play fake. McBride trying to lay one up deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game, This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt,
and they will take over 1st and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the mass of bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Titans are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point forthcoming. And the lead is now an even 30. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Down the sideline he goes.
And all the way in for the touchdown.
Breece Hall,
75 yards.
and the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And it would seem as if their three-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go, baby. Here we go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Hey, let's go.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now Lawrence. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Tennessee. 56 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Slot man moves right.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Easy. 13 loose. 13 loose.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And his kick here is good. And that that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. McBride. And he'll find Hall. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a fourth down. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
A loss of 7. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
As soon as he leaped out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync. So for the Titans, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.
All right, let's see what we got here.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon.
Nobody's really open.
So long, everybody.
Oh, shucks. Now, let me rephrase that. If he pays attention, his best receiver is wide open down the middle. Wow, I missed that. I'm glad he missed it too. Easy run up the middle. Boom. Yeah, he got me on this. I was switching my play. Nothing I can do about that. Had the wrong guy over, and that was an easy screen touchdown. No biggie. That's my tight end right here. On his safety, to me, that's a mismatch. And sure enough, oh. Yes, sir. So Holland gets the interception here. As you can see, he has other people open and he's trying to force it to one side. Easy pick. No yards for the return. Let's see what he has. He gets sacked, but let's see. Let's see why. Yeah. He only sends 2 people out in coverage. Of course, nowhere to throw it. The very next play, tries to go deep. You see I switch, easy pick. Couldn't return it, but got some decent yards. Enough to get me a field goal before the half. Let's see what we got here. Nobody's open. Blanket D all over the field. Well, he has a guy open underneath. Nope, no he doesn't. Maybe coming across the middle if he waits. Nope. So he tries to go to his best guy against my best guy, and yeah, see how that turned out. Let's see what I see. Once again, his safety, I believe that's his safety on my wide receiver. So I throw it to the inside shoulder. Because I can't throw it to the outside where his best corner is. And the pressure's coming, so I'm trying to stay in the pocket. Nobody else is open. Tight end's covered. He's got good coverage over here. So this was my best bet. So I throw it inside. See how he has to come? Bop. Got him. And this one right here, I was relying on my X Factor safety to keep him under control. And I'm trying to watch this X Factor receiver come across, and he got me. That was a good one right here. I like that play. I run that play a lot myself. So after seeing that, I was inspired to run it myself. A couple plays later, threw it to the outside, boom, the exact same play, different formation. Only difference is I didn't score, but still got 56 yards, good enough for a good first down. And this right here, I knew I shouldn't have forced it, but I meant to throw it over the top. Even though he has that safety inside and his corners on his outside, I was trying to throw it near the Titans symbol, a high ball, but instead I threw it, and as you can see, it came short, and his safety picked it off, and that was my fault for not throwing the high ball over his outside shoulder, away from the safety. And that's pretty much it. Fourth down stop in the game with the 11-yard run. And that just puts another win in the column for the Titans. Until next week. Catch you later.